I got a comment. Someone in the comment was wondering, Jesse, how is anger the same as murder? Really good question. But first, let me say the church, the religion, has been and is one of the most, not the other, disappointing aspect of life, period. It has enslaved the people rather than freeing the people. And it is like that all over the world, in all religions. It has enslaved the people rather than freeing the people. It has put you behind a wall of stone rather than a wall of love, a wall of darkness rather than the wall of the light. And the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. Look at your life. Just look at your life. Your life. You know the word, whatever the word is, Catholic word, Bible, Christian word, Allahu Abba word, Jewish word, black people trying to be Jew word, Louis Farrakhan word. You know the words, but yet you're miserable. You're lost. You're in darkness. The intellect, you have the knowledge of the word, and that's about it. But you're not free. Most Bible-thumping people don't have a clue that they can truly be free if they have been born of the Spirit of God, not of the Bible, not of the knowledge, but of the Spirit. Motivated by evil rather than good, all in the name. The religious people are no different than the secular atheists, non-atheists, whatever they're out there calling themselves. Religion has been your downfall. But it's hard to, because the family doesn't exist anymore for the most part. Fathers are not leading the way. The mothers are cuckoo, cocoa pop. They don't know because their fathers didn't show them the way as little girls, and their mothers have turned them away from the fathers. And the men are the same way because they've been traumatized by the woman. So they're vindictive as well. They have encouraged you to follow them rather than following God. Thou shalt have no other God above God. None, zero. No heroes, no zeros, nothing, and no one before him. And if you notice, the people with religion are as evil as the people with no religion. They don't pray for one another, they attack. And they feel good about the attack because their ego makes them feel like a hero when they really are a zero. Every human being does that until he or she decides, you know what is going on with me? I remember having all that conflict in life when I was 30-something years ago. And I finally asked, because I was asking the preachers, they didn't know. They were like, read the word, pray, read the word. But I'm doing all that, nothing was happening. What the? So finally I decided, you know what, I can't change myself. I'm giving up. God, let me see myself. And that's when things began to happen. I realized there was nothing I could do. And you have to be all in. 99 and a half won't do. You got to do 100. You got to be all in, meaning that totally give up. You cannot change anything. And going down to the front of the church, accepting Jesus, don't do it. It doesn't work. You feel good for a minute. Your ego feeling good because the whole church saw you go down. But by the time you got home, before you went to bed at night, you were back in misery. Now you got to go to church Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to try to find out, get that feel-good feeling again, and you never get it. So it's like being hooked on drugs. You get that first hit of cocaine, you feel higher than a kite. And then you're like, oh, this is life. Avoid doing it for a few days. You're back in darkness. And so you go back and get some more cocaine, looking for that same first feel-good high. You never get it again. It's like sex. Intellectual knowledge is not to be kept. You're not supposed to hold on to the word. So someone commented, how is anger the same as murder? This is from Matthew 5:21. For the Bible thumpers and the non-Bible thumpers, you have heard that it was said, you shall not murder, and whoever murders will be liable to judgment. But I say to you that everyone who is angry angry with his brother will be liable to judgment. Whoever insults his brother will be liable to the council. And whoever say, "You fool," will be liable to the hell of fire. If you are offering your gift at the altar and there remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go. First be reconciled to your brother, and then come and offer your gift. That is deep, deep, deep as deep can be. And it's all in the New Testament. Life itself. Everything, the Old Testament is for death, those who are without God. The New Testament is those who are returned to the Father. And anyone who has anger is of your daddy, the devil. You're ruled by him. You're controlled by him through thoughts and feelings and whatever else. You're possessed. And when you have anger, you commit murder to your own soul first, and then you do it to others, even your own children, your own husband, wife, family member, co-worker, boss. It doesn't matter. You hate. And when you hate, you wish everybody damnation, including yourself. You're killing yourself. You're committing murder. It's spiritual murder. In the New Testament, everything is about within. But you're so blind, you think it's about the outer, but it's about the inner. That's why nothing works for you, because you're not living from within. You're living from without. Nothing is working. Your relationships are not working. Nothing is working because you're wrong. And until you get right, until you are right, then life will be right. When you are right, life is right. You will deal with everybody in every outer situation in a perfect way. Look at the mothers, what they're doing. You heard a caller yesterday call. His mother has his daughter, and now his ex-wife or something has the son. The son is now 13, and the son is miserable. But the mama won't even give him his child or children unless she can get it her way. Come live with me or I go live with you. I hear it every day, see it every day. And the churches are doing it to you as well, especially when they tell men, you're supposed to tell your wife everything. And the wife said, "Yeah, that's right, tell me everything." No, you don't. A man is never, ever supposed to tell the woman his weakness, any woman. But the churches have told men, "Oh, tell your wife this and that." If you see that what you're doing is wrong, you shouldn't be doing it. Work on overcoming it. Stop it. Don't go tell it. Your marriage is over. It's already hell anyway. And you're giving her more ammunition because she has no love. She can't help but control you or try to control you by making you try to prove something to her. The churches have told you you're supposed to confess your sins outwardly. No, you're not. God said, if you have a grievance with anyone, go and forgive. I'm sorry for hating you. I'm sorry for being angry. I'm sorry for the way I acted. And be done with it. The preachers, the church, and the experts in the secular world tell you to go tell everybody. And once you do that, now you got to live with the misery of that because you know you're being judged. People don't forgive, people judge, especially fallen people, especially Bible thumpers. And listen at the people who are into religion, how they're fighting over a religion. A dumb religion. They're trying to prove that their religions are better than your religion, and my religion is better than that religion. They're trying to prove it. And they're trying to prove it because they know they don't believe that it is. They know it's not. Because when you are right, you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't even have the desire to try to prove anything. Either they see it or they don't. But you got to be right. And anyone who has anger is not right. Anger is hatred. Can you imagine fighting over religion? You know your heart is wicked, that you're lost. And God didn't say we should be born of a religion. He said we should be born of the Spirit. And all those who are not born of the Spirit of the Father is living in darkness. And you are a murderer. You try to get revenge on someone, you're a murderer. You rejoice in other people's pain, you're a murderer. You lie to yourself, you're a murderer. Every human being with anger is two hoops and a holler from being Jeffrey Dahmer. Dommery, whatever his name was. You're a murderer. You're alcoholic. You're a murderer. You're drinking. You're addict because you're, whether it's sex addict, alcoholic addict, whatever addict, because you're a murderer. You have anger. You have no peace. Salvation is of the heart. If you have fear, if you're shy, if you're insecure, and if you go to the bank and get some money out the bank, or put money in, whatever you go there for, and the woman standing at the window there waiting on you, you can't look at her because you're afraid of her. You can't. She's standing there looking like she want to commit murder. You're afraid because you are a murderer. You have anger. Anyone that has anger is destroying their soul and the soul of everyone around them and everything. And then you try to replace it with a dog. They ain't gonna do it. Dog ain't got no love to give you. What the? And you have no love to give the dog. Who let the dogs out?